Hi, I'm John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy with another Global Real Estate School podcast. Welcome to the podcast. This is John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy, with episode 049. Well, today we are going to talk about a tenancy at will. A tenancy at will. And I love to use John Riley's language of real estate because John does an excellent job with explaining real estate definitions and terminology. And here's what John says about a tenancy at will. A tenancy or estate. Now remember, it's a non-freehold estate. It's a non-freehold estate because it's a leasehold estate. So it's a tenancy, an estate, in which a person holds or occupies real estate with, and this is the key, with the permission of the owner for a term unspecified or uncertain duration. Now, there is no fixed rent to the tenancy. And John goes on to explain that a tenancy at will could arise when the parties are negotiating a lease or purchase of the property or under a void oral lease or contract for sale. Now, the reason there is no periodic tenancy, remember periodic tenancy, period to period, you pay your rent for 30 days, you stay there for 30 days. Periodic tenancy, there is a notice required to terminate or to move out of the property. But John says the reason there is no periodic tenancy is that there is no express agreement as to the nature and amount of rent. So a tenancy at will, just as it says, you are staying there with the landlord's permission, with the landlord's will, but there's an unspecified period of time and there is an unspecified, or there's not a rent that's really associated or expressed. Now, it is important to note that the main features of the tenancy at will are, first of all, its uncertainty of duration and its continuing permissive status. This tenancy is not assignable, though it is usually permissible for the tenant to sublet the premises, and could go on and give you some other examples. So just remember, tenancy at will, unspecified duration, you are staying there with the landlord or the owner's permission, and it's different from a periodic tenancy because there we know it's for 30 days. That's what we paid our rent for. That's what we can stay there for. Or we paid for a year, and so we can stay there for a year, period to period. If I pay my rent at the end of the year, then I can stay for another year because the owner's collected my yearly rent and has authorized that periodic tenancy can continue on from period to period, same way with a month-to-month rental. Notice is required to terminate a periodic tenancy. So don't forget, estate at will or tenancy at will, you are staying there for an unspecified duration with the owner's or landlord's permission. Thank you for listening to the podcast for Global Real Estate School. I'm John Mayfield, the real estate tech guy. Go out and make it a great day.